welcome to Programming IPL in MATLAB. In the previous session, we saw how to extract data into a table in the app designer, and we also understood various parts of various components of the app designer, like the push button, etc. In this session, we'll be dealing with how to visualize this in the form of a chart or something like that. So stay tuned.
So let's begin now. I've already opened the app that we've been working on so far. Now the next thing that we have to be doing is to visualize this as a pie chart. So I'm adding another button here. I'm gonna name this visualize. Yeah, so let me just start with a panel here. I'm gonna be placing it over here and stretching it up till here. I'm going to call this panel visualization. The background, I'm changing it to blue. Oh, sorry, I did that again. So the foreground that has to be blue and the foreground is white. I'm making it bold and keeping it at the center. Now I'm keeping the font size small because it's like a subheading. I want to be showing a few things here, which is the list box. This will show the team details. I'm going to name it team. There's going to be a UI axis here. This is where our chart will be shown, and last button here. Generate chart. And the next thing is a back button. So I'll just add it over here. Back button. So what happens here, what I want to be doing is first let me go to visible. Yeah, I'm going to not keep it visible for now. When I click on the visualize button, my visualize panel becomes visible, and the team gives a list of team depending on which year and what the chart is showing. So first let's just give a call back to this. Click on the button. Visualize button. I'm going to add a callback here. So when I click on this app dot visualize, actually because it's like a really long name, I'm just going to add it, insert it cursor dot visible equals on. Till then it should be invisible, so I'm mentioning this in the startup function as well, where I'm going to make it off. So in the startup function, first this is what it's supposed to happen. The visualization panel visibility is off, and then over here the visibility is turned on. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is on the second panel. So let me just keep the visualize, let me make it visible. Now the team must have all the values of the teams of that year. So if it's 2008, it's supposed to have Deccan Chargers, but if it's 2020, then it must have Sunrisers Hyderabad. So accordingly, it must change those things. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to create a variable named team. Okay, and what this will have is a list of all the values. So app.t.team, and over here I'm going to take all the unique characteristics of this thing. So unique. When you actually run unique, it gives you as a column. So I'm going to change it to row, and I'm going to make this an what do I say? A table, a matrix. So I've added this here. Now, to the end of this, I'm going to also have the option of all. So team 1 of length of team plus 1 equals all. Let's just see what this is going to be given. I'm going to display this in team. So I'm clicking on the run. I load this and I click on visualize, and I'm going here. You can see that it shows Kings 11 Punjab, DC, MI, IR, Deccan Chargers, CSK, RCB, KKR, and the option of all. So what we need has, like, we've got this in the team variable. So I'm just I'll be using this to add it to the team button. So team list box. So it's team list box dot items equals team. Now if they're not giving any value of their own, it must take the value of all. So it's app dot team list box dot value equals all. So if they're not if the user is not clicking on anything, all is arbitrarily clicked. Alright, so yeah. And before I run, I also realized that in this case you have to let me disable this. I want to ensure that only after load is pressed does the visualize button become visible. Otherwise, what might happen is that the the user might directly click on visualize and there's no already uploaded data, which might give me an error. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the startup function here, and I'll disable this app dot visualize button dot visible equals off, and then I'm going to make this visible only over here. So that has been done. So let's just run this now. I'm going to load this. After I load this, I get an option of visualize. I click on visualize, and I have all the names, and all has been selected arbitrarily. So this is fine now. Now the next thing I want to do is that if you look at the table, there are a lot of values there, and I want to choose a specific value. What I mean is, let me run this again, and I load this. You can see here that there are a lot of columns here. When I'm talking about the most runs, I want to visualize the runs column. So to do that, I'm going to click on the UI table and add a callback which says cell edit or add cell selection. So when a cell is selected, it's going to take its indices. So first let me see what it's going to be displaying or what the values of these indices are. So Let me just display it. I load this. And then I click on runs. So now when I go to my command window, I can see that all the rows are selected, but the column is 7. So for this column, all rows have been selected. So simply what I'll be needing is, in a variable s, I'm saving one comma 2. So I'm saving the value of the second, the column value in s. But I want to be able to access this variable everywhere else as well, because I have to be, using this to do the pie chart and all of this. So for this reason, I'm going to be adding another property called select, and I'm going to rename this as app.select. Now, I also have to, let me just make this visualization panel visible. Now, only when I click on generate chart, the pie chart must be generated. So I'm adding a callback here. So it first of all checks for the value of the team. So if value equals app dot team list box dot value. If the value is all, then we'll just be taking the top 5 players as it is. So if value strcmpi, because it's string comparison, I'm going to be doing value comma all. If it's all, then what I'm going to be directly doing is I'm going to take the variable capital X equals app.t. The value is 1 to 5, the row 1 to 5 of the column app.select. Now I also have to convert it into an array. So table to array. And y, I'll be taking it as the name. So app.t 1 to 5, comma 3. So the third value is always going to be my name. So I'm using that only here. That's it. Now in other cases where it's not, where a specific team name has been chosen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take index equals app.t.team equal to whatever the value they'll be using. So equal to value. So wherever it is equal, it will give us a binary yes or no value, based on which I'm going to be storing it in a variable C, the entire table. So app.t of this index comma all. And in this case, my x value equals C, this entire thing here. And I also have to convert it from table to array. And my y value, I'll copy this entire thing and then change this. Now after this, I'm going to be adding my pie, and the first thing I'm going to be doing is add where it has to be plotted. So it's app.ui axis. The thing is, if you don't add your parent, like you don't add app.ui axis, it's going to give you as a different pop-up. But this says that I want this chart at this place here. So pi app.ui axis, comma x, comma y, and let's just run this. I'm going to load this, click on runs, and then I visualize. I click on Kings 11 Punjab and I generate a chart. And now you can see that it's going to be showing all players of Kings 11 Punjab in the year 2008. Now if I click on all and I generate a chart, the values change accordingly. Now there are two possibilities of error here. What if I do not click on any of the rows? Then it's not going to give me any chart. So instead of showing it as an error, what I'm going to do is I'm just directly going to take it as 4. So in case the user does not click on anything, it's going to automatically take the value 4. And the other thing is, in certain cases, there could be a possibility that there are not 5 people here. So let me just give you an example. In the year 2020 and the fastest century, if you load this, as of 15th October, there are just 2 players. So in this case, this could drastically give us, wrong answer. I cannot visualize this. Now I generate this. It's definitely going to give me an error because I want to display 5 people when there are only 2 people there. So what I'm going to be doing is, I am going to create an if statement here saying if app.t, height of app.t is less than 5, then I take a variable idx equal to, so if it's less than 5, I'm going to be directly taking this as the maximum height possible, else idx equals 5, otherwise I'm taking it as a 5. I'm going to do the same thing here for C as well. So pasting it here. Else it's going to take the value 5, and instead of 5 here, it has to be this idx variable. So now when I run this, I change this to 2020 and I look for fastest centuries. I load this. I'm going to click on runs and then I visualize this. And then I generate the chart. You can see that now it's just showing off these 2 people here. Now I want to add the title. So to add the title, I say title of app.ui axis, comma. Now I want to be showing the column that they have selected, and to know that I'm going to do FLD equals field names. So I'm going to first take all the field names of the table. I'm going to take app.t. Now of these field names, I'm going to choose whatever has been selected. So k equals FLD of app.select, and I'm going to be showing k. So let's just run this. load. I'm clicking on runs here and I'm going to visualize this. For now, I don't want any specific team. I'm going to generate this. It's showing runs. Now, I haven't added a callback for this back button, so I'm going to do that as well. Let me just go to the back button and add a callback here. Back button. So here what happens, my panel must become invisible. Visualization panel equals dot visible equals off, and the visualization button must also become off. So app dot visualize button dot visible equals off. So now let's just run this. I load the thing and I'm not clicking on any of the columns and I'm just visualizing this, and I generate a chart. I get my chart, but the title has a small p. This is because when you have an underscore in your name in the title or something, then it takes it as a smaller letter. Let me go back. Here if you can see it's match underscore plate. So whatever is there after the underscore, it's going to consider that as a subscript. So to change that, I'm going to do one simple replace where k equals replace k, comma, what I have to be replacing is my underscore and with a space. Alright, now let's just run this again. Load, visualize, generate chart. I get the way I want it to be, and when I click on the back button, the visualization panel switches off and my visualization button also is not there, and I can change whatever I want now. Suppose I want the most wickets and I load this. I get what I want. I visualize this. I want a sea of Rajasthan Royals and I generate this. I get what I want. Now, what if I also want to add another part to this title saying which chart I've chosen? So, what I can simply do is k equals strcat string concatenation of k and then comma. I'll be adding other things to it. So, first let me add a bracket. And then in this bracket what I'll be showing is the name of the chart, and that is actually my value from the drop down. So I'm just going to go app dot drop down stat drop down dot value, comma, closing bracket. Let's see if this works. Load, runs, visualize, generate. I get what I want. Similarly, we can visualize for MI, generate chart. You can use it for RCB and then generate a chart and something like that. So yes, so I can change it to the force, load, visualize, generate chart. So in this case it's showing the force but of the chart most runs, which means it talks about the force scored by the players who have scored the most runs. So there is Shaun Marsh, and basically if you go back here, it's going to be talking about these 5 players, top 5 players, and the number of fours they've scored here. Now the scope of this is quite large, I must say. You can, add a bar graph to this, and also have like a team list box here saying, another list box here saying whether you want to see a pie chart or a bar graph, or just plotting the lines, normal plot, and all of these things. You can have scatter plot, so many things you can add over here, and based on which you generate charts. So you can add an if else here and see that if the value of the chart is pi, then this becomes your pi, otherwise it's going to be a bar, something like that. And you can visualize all the data that we've found so far in many different ways.
So this brings us to the end of this session. If you've liked this video, please like, share and subscribe. And if you have any queries, please feel free to comment in the comment box below. Thank you.